Hello everybody, this is Rob. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made a track. This is what you're looking at. I created this track entirely with free plugins, free samples, like kicks and drums, all free plugins, all free effects, the whole 9 yards. And so I'm just gonna turn it up here a little bit, let you have a listen, and then we'll talk about it here. Okay, so you get the point. This track is kind of a progressive, housey kind of sounding thing. And how I got the idea to do a track like this was I got a YouTube suggested video from this channel here. And let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, here it is. Top free mix plugins. And this guy is, of course, we got an ad showing up here. Well, anyways, this guy, he, Sammy Rabia, Iron Sev Sounds. I'm sure if you watch any YouTube videos on music production, you've run across this guy. He's very good. I'm guessing he's a ghost producer. That's how good he is, and you'll learn a hell of a lot listening to this guy, watching his videos. Top free mix plugins though, and I watched that. It popped up. It's a few months old, and I was really amazed at how many free plugins and the level of quality out there as far as what you can get with whether it be mix plugins, free synths, reverbs, what have you. I don't even have all the free plugins that are available out there. I mean, this guy, he covers probably about 40 in this video, and then there's other videos out there also. What I used in this track was, first of all, most of the samples I used are from this guy, Hyperbits. He has an online music production school. It calls it his masterclass, I believe. He still calls it his masterclass. And he's got a freebie library. He's got free workshops, videos, sample packs. And the way you get that free stuff is that you just kind of click through, and then he gets you to sign up, I think, down here somewhere. Yeah, Volume 1 sample pack, Volume 2 sample pack. Anyways, those are the 2 sample packs that I used. And he's got some learning guides that are very good that I've downloaded. Podcasts. So if you click here, I'm sure he's going to ask you for your email address, and that's about it. And you get access to all this free stuff. Then also this KB6. It's a huge sample library. Well, let me just show it to you on my... Anyways, here it is on my sample library collection. I think if you just Google this, KB6 Samples, you get all of this, and you can get it for free. I think that he's forcing you to download each. These are all drum machines that people have recorded, all of the hits, all drum hits from all the all of the drum machines in existence. And anyways, you get that. I think he's forcing you now. I think at the time you could load them all in one organized file, but I think now, maybe mistaken, I think now that you have to load each one separately, unless you donate. I donated $20. I think I downloaded this like 5 years ago, and I donated $20, and he was very grateful. Sent me an email back. Thank you. So if you do that, if you donate $10, you'll get probably to the level. Just check it out. It's definitely a great deal. And so let's get back to the track here. Yeah, let's get back to the track. So what I've done here is this is a Hyperbits kick. So let's play that. And what I've done with that is I've put let's select the channel. You can get this virtual mix rack for free from what I hear. I paid for it, so I've never actually had it for free, but everything you're looking at here is free. You get a trimmer, and you get this plugin called the Revival. And you have a thickness and a shimmer setting, and this is a free plugin that you get from Slate Digital. And they're obviously going to try to upsell you to their virtual mix rack, which is all this stuff here, which is absolutely fantastic. They have a $14.95 a month, I believe, is what they charge. But you get these for free. And then this kind of this Tokyo Dawn. This is a dynamic EQ. And it's, let me show you here real quick. So you can zero in on frequency ranges here and kind of add a little compression. It's kind of like a multi-band compressor. I've got it used all over here. So that's what I have on the kick. And then everything else here is pretty much Hyperbits except for the, not the ride, the open hat is from that huge drum machine sample library that I showed you. Let me just play all of the drums for you here. All right, so that's basically it. On the clap, I have, again, the Hyperbits sample pack. Let me show that to you real quick. The Hyperbits sample pack, which, let me show that here. Sample library, Hyperbits. Hyperbits 1 and 2. And here's all the samples. Kicks, clubby kicks. I think I used this one here. But you get the point here. Sorry if that's a little loud. You get loops that are very good. So you get full loops, you get top loops, what have you. Effects, white noise. I've got it all used in here. So I'd encourage you to get these free sample packs. That was one. This is two. Some drums here. Shakers. Really good snares. That's probably a little bit too loud. Let's get back to the track here. Okay, and then so let me add in the bass. So what I did for the bass was the towel noisemaker. Whoops, hope I didn't change my preset there. Just used a preset. This is a very well-known free synthesizer software, and it's got a really good preset here. Then I've got a top layer. Signal chain on this here is, it's got another great plugin that I encourage everybody right now after this video, if you don't have it already. X for Records, they're the company that's Steve Duda, the company that makes Serum, the synth. Over the top, it's a multi-band compressor. This little guy will pump everything up. You don't have to add a whole lot of depth to it. This is the amount of the whole plugin, I believe, is what it's doing. But it'll bring anything to life. You just play around with these. Got the volume here, up and down. And then the amount of the effect individually here. So it's really, let me do a before and after for you. Okay, then I've got this little EQ here. This is a graphic equalizer that, well, not graphic, it's a parametric EQ. Well, it has different filter types. This is the free version. The paid version will give you mid-side and a couple other features, the spectrum analyzer in real time. But it's a great sounding EQ. It's by DDMF. Let's see here. Now let's move on to the plucks. Oh, by the way, I'm also using on the bass another, it's a DJM filter. Basically what it does, it's kind of like it hits the midpoint, then it will turns into a high pass. So if I were to go like this, see, and it can be automated. It's a great little filter. It's not as versatile as some that you can get out there, but it's by X for Records again. Go to the X for Records website, check it out. You can get that. And they have a couple other free plugins too. But by far the over the top is the best. Okay, and then now let's add the plucks. I can't have that selected. Well, let me show you what happens if I have this pluck channel selected. Just breaks everything up. And I'll talk about why that is later. So here we go here. Alrighty, so what we have here is a free synth, another free synth from Yuhi, the company that makes Zebra, Diva, Hive, many more. Ace. They're probably in the top 5 best synthesizer plugins out there from Yuhi. This is a free synth, and basically what I did is I took this classic synth lead, and I played around with the envelopes here, and then I had to play around with the, if I remember right, the LFO to get kind of this plucky sound. And then you can also automate it. So I'll show you that later. And that brings us to the melody. So I've got 2 layers on that. I've got this layer here. I got the low. I got a high and a low layer there, kind of make it sound fat, I guess. That's what I decided. So that brings us to the melody, and I've got another. This is a bounce in place that I did with Dune Computer Music, which is another synth that I have. You can get these. You can get this free from Computer Music Magazine online edition, or the what you buy at the newsstand. If you buy one current issue, and I believe this is still the case, they will give you all of the free synthesizers and all of the free plugins that they've issued ever, I believe. And it's a website called The Vault. And of course this, well, let me show you the Dune. I used it also up here on this big bass. Kind of skipped over that. Dune Computer Music. And basically what I did on this is I took the took a pad sound and I filtered it down, turned it into a bass. Okay, and so down here I had used this tension string. It's kind of like a little effect that happens earlier in the track here. So you've got some really good sounds. You've got some really good free synths. And it's this Dune Computer Music, which, let's see, let me just play it here. Whoop. It's not cooperating. Let me make sure and mute that. All right, so you get some really good sounds for free. Check that out. That's Computer Music. And there's another one that I got from Computer Music, and I believe it's Future Music Magazine too. Same synthesizers available. The Zebralet, which is a great little free. It's pretty old. It's kind of, this is the kind of the fizzy part of the bass. I've got it used again down here. Then the melody was the Curve Computer Music. another free plugin from Computer Music. Now, if you're buying the magazine, you're probably saying, well, it's not free if I got to buy a magazine. Well, you're buying the magazine for the magazine. You've got some great tips. You've got great videos from great producers. And so it's well worth, I believe it's like $17.95 for Computer Music magazine. And I've purchased probably, 50 or 60 of them over the years, online and in hard copy from a bookstore. And then again, Zebralet down here. Combined, there's and of course there's some reverb on there that the Tel has a great reverb. Let me so you've got that. Oop. Now that's a point that I wanted to bring up, is these plugins, they don't seem to be, now it may just be because this Tyrell N6 is deeply analog modeled, and so it takes a lot of computer resources, uses a lot of the CPU. But if you solo it and just pick the channel, doesn't seem to be all that optimized. So one of the things may be on these free synths, not all of them, but on this one I've noticed it may not be the most optimized code. So you may have to be careful. And on Logic, the trick is not to have an instrument that's giving you a problem, not to have it selected. So just go up here and pick a snap. And then everything will be evenly distributed across the CPUs. Because when you pick a channel that has a lot of, this channel is a group of 2 Tyrells. See, 1 Tyrell, 2 Tyrell. If you pick a channel that has 2 heavy-duty plugins on it, its Logic goes into performance mode, and so everything is fed to one thread processing core, virtual core, and it's just going to max out right away. But if you pick something that's unrelated, your CPU will be spread out. But you'll see this really isn't that big a track. This track really isn't all that huge, but that's quite a bit of processing capacity taken up. And I've got a 12 core. That's pretty heavy for only, what do we got here, 44 tracks? Well, that's quite a few tracks. But so the quality of the coding, it may not be as optimized, because after all, they're not getting any money for their work, so they're probably not spending as much time as they would if it's a paid plugin. I may be wrong, but it seems like the processor load is quite a bit higher. Okay, and so that's pretty much all of the melodic elements. Flux. That's pretty much all the synths. Okay, so there we go. Then we get into the, let me just solo all of the effects. These are pretty much 100%, unless I'm mistaken, from the Hyperbit sample pack. So we'll get you a little, let's start right here. This is going to be pretty good here. We have a couple more that I missed. Okay, and some of the processing that I have on, for example, these plucks, I've got both of the that Tyrell synth got sent to a Tal reverb. I've got over here, I've got the Tal chorus. I wanted to go over that. This is a great chorus. Let me play. This is the bottom layer of the melody that comes in from the Zebralet. Now if I add the chorus, makes it big. This is probably my number 2 behind the OTT multiband compressor from Xfer. This is probably my number 2 favorite free plugin. And then there was one more. Gosh, what's the other one? Oh, yeah, it's up here on Claps. Camel Crusher. Now, originally this is from Camel Audio. Apple bought Camel Audio, so the Camel Crusher is no longer available. But you can still find it out there. I believe you just get the component and drag it into your folder, your an application folder, and audio components folder, I believe it's called in Mac. I don't know what it is in Windows. This is a great distortion unit. I've used it on a lot of tracks in the past. It's great on basses. It's great on claps, on this clap. So this clap here. With and without. Makes it thick, makes it a nice big sound. You can still find that. So, and let's go to see what else, make sure I haven't forgotten anything. The Katelanoff compressor is a great compressor. It's great for, it's free. I believe they have this is from Tokyo Dawn. This is used by professional mastering engineers. It's so good. It's great for mix application and mastering on your master bus too. I'm not much of a mastering engineer, so I haven't really played around with it for mastering, but I have it on the clap channel there. Let's see what else do I have here. Already gone over that. That's the multiband compressor from Tokyo Dawn. Gone over that. The Slick EQ. Let's see here. There, the Slick EQ is a great sounding EQ. I have this on one of the clap layers, and it has 4 different modelings. It models 4 different types of circuits for the EQ, and it just sounds great. And it's free. And what else do we have down here? Oh, for content that has a lot of stereo information that you want to bring out, you can increase the stereo width with this plugin, the BX Solo. Now this is Plugin Alliance. You go to their website, you go through their products page, and every once in a while, as you're going through their plugins that are for sale, they'll have one that says free, and you can just grab it. So this is one of the ones that you can grab. Oh, here's another one that's good. Softtube saturation knob. You just go to Softtube, and you can grab that. That's great for adding a little thickness to whatever type of sound. It's got 3 settings, and then just turn it up and adjust it to your liking. I went over the chorus. DJM filter, Tal reverb, SPL. Now, this is also from Plugin Alliance. SPL Free Ranger. They have an EQ that's a great sounding EQ, and this is that has all of these bands that are active. If you get the free version, again at the Plugin Alliance website, it turns off a few of these bands. You got the 90 hertz, 500 hertz, 4,000 hertz, and 10,000 hertz turned off. But it leaves you a few bands that you can sweeten up a sound for free. You can try it out, and if you like it, I've used this EQ for years. It's great. I would very highly recommend that one. I don't think I forgot anything. I think that pretty much covers everything. So thanks for watching. I hope this gives you a little bit of information of what makes what sound and what you can accomplish with free plugins. And hey, if it sounds good, it doesn't matter if it's free, just use it. And especially some of these plugins are great. Like, for example, that Tal, that chorus that I showed you, that's just a must-have, along with the that mix plugin from X4 Records, the OTT. I'm just going to leave you, and thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button, and subscribe if you want to catch my next video. Thank you very much.